and welcome to Financial Intelligence. In this video, I want to explore Peter Schiff's perspective on Bitcoin. Peter Schiff is an economist, financial broker/dealer, author, frequent guest on national news, and host of the Peter Schiff Show Podcast. He has been critical of the US government's efforts to ease the pain with economic stimulus packages and bailout, as he believes that replacing legitimate savings with a money printing operation is going to result in asset price inflation, eventual consumer price inflation, and if left unchecked, potential hyperinflation. I have great respect for Peter Schiff because most of his comments are based on sound economic theories. I also think that he has the best intentions for people at heart, and he is not corrupt like many other economists and politicians. Since he is extremely bullish on gold, I was surprised to find out that he was not a big fan of cryptocurrencies. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why Peter Schiff dismisses Bitcoin as useless and believes that the crypto boom will end in tears. If you like the type of content that I provide, subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my future videos. Reason number 1, Bitcoin is not an income generating asset. In one of his recent interviews, Peter Schiff stated that, and I quote, "Bitcoin is not a currency. It's not used as a medium of exchange really, or a unit of account. It is just used for speculation. It's not an investment asset like real estate, does not pay rent. It's not a stock, it doesn't pay dividends. It's not a bond, it doesn't pay interest. It's not even a commodity because you cannot use it for anything. It is a collectible token." I totally agree with his perspective on this. However, you can argue that these assertions also apply to gold. Gold does not pay rent, dividends, or interest. It is kind of a commodity, but it is a useless one. Unlike other precious metals like silver, which have significant industrial use, gold has no real application. A limited amount of gold, about 20%, is used for making jewelry, and that is it. We all know that Peter Schiff is a big gold bug and is extremely bullish on gold. Therefore, it was surprising for me to find out that someone who is critical of Bitcoin for not being an income generating asset would be a big fan of gold. Reason number 2, Bitcoin followers resemble a cult. It is no secret that some Bitcoin investors are super passionate and dedicated. Most of today's crypto devotees seem to be protesting against Wall Street capitalism, seem to enjoy the disruptive market, and seem to see trading Bitcoin and other crypto assets as their best chance at beating the rat race. The culture around Bitcoin is part of the appeal. When you buy Bitcoin, you're actually buying into a whole lifestyle, and it is an ideology that can be a part of your identity. In fact, even Peter Schiff's 18-year-old son, who is a big Bitcoin fan, has invested all his money in the cryptocurrency. Peter Schiff recently told Keto News that his son had drunk the Kool-Aid. "My son's been indoctrinated into the Bitcoin cult. Is completely delusional." In another interview, Peter Schiff compared Bitcoin to a religion whose followers believe each Bitcoin will be worth millions of dollars someday. He continued to argue that, "I don't think these Bitcoin collections are going to be worth anything when the music stops. You cannot do anything with Bitcoin. Once nobody wants your Bitcoin, it is completely worthless." Part 3, Bitcoin is another bubble. Since the start of the pandemic, the US government has created over $5 trillion out of thin air. As you can see in this chart, the US government's debt has gone up from $22 trillion prior to the outbreak to about $27 trillion at the time of recording this video. Some of this printed money has made its way to the hands of people who did not need it for their immediate needs. Therefore, they have used the money to speculate in the stock market, hoping to take advantage of the big rallies, including the Bitcoin run. Peter Schiff pointed out in one of his interviews, and I quote, "We have this enormous government and a giant bubble economy that is sustained by the artificial suppression of interest rates that continues to exacerbate these underlying economic imbalances that ultimately are going to need to be corrected with a major economic collapse." In summary, Peter Schiff believes that central banks have created the mother of all bubbles. He has stated that the Federal Reserve and other central banks around the world have pumped trillions of dollars to the system. While he believes that the US dollar is going to be in trouble, he does not think that cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, are the answer. I hope that you liked this video. If you have any recommendation or suggestion, add them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, and also hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you and take care.